in England, over on the zone, David Avanesyan stops Josh Kelly in the 6th round. This was a pretty big upset because anytime I see the British commentary and whatever talking about Josh Kelly, they talk about, this virtuoso kid with this crazy talent, crazy hand speed, da da da, and when the fight first starts, and I've seen this a couple of times, when the fight first starts, you can see what they're talking about, right? The speed is crazy. He's like moving around the ring, and it's very aesthetic, and it looks good, and he hits hard. Clearly, he hurts Avanesyan at the first part of the fight, puts him on his ass. It's very explosive, and then there's something about him that just gradually starts to break down over the course of the fight. Like with Ray Robinson, if you watch this fight with Ray Robinson, it's just like that what he does didn't stand up at that level. And so when Avanesyan, the sheen came off it real quick, like that shine, that sparkle on his game came off it after the 2nd or 3rd round. He gets this cut on the back of his head. You know what I'm saying? He's trying to keep Avanesyan off of him, and he's boxing well, but it just gets to the point where the physicality of Avanesyan gets to Kelly, and he's able to just really outmuscle him and kind of outpro him. And he couldn't stand up to that pressure in his corner, threw in the towel. There is some kind of disconnect there. Like, I think it looks better than it is. It looks better than it is effective, what he does, if that makes sense, whereas Avanesyan's kind of the opposite, where what he does is more effective than what it looks like. You know what I'm saying? And you see at this level, if you haven't fought at this level a bunch, it's a different thing. It's a different thing to look really flashy against a genuine, legitimate top 10 contender that has, no losing is not in his mind at all, So I thought that was it was interesting. And I like watching Kelly fight. I watched some of the early fights in his career, and I was like, yo, this kid is fucking scary. But as he stepped up, and I don't know if it's weight cuts or whatever, but just like his durability and his consistency. I think consistency is really what it is. It's kind of like AB. There's lapses where it just kind of turns off, and he either stands and shells up, or all that shit where he's like making you each individual punch miss so clearly at the beginning of the fight. You know what I mean? That starts to erode a little bit, and he starts taking punches he shouldn't take. I'm not really sure. He's a young guy, and he's super talented, so I think he's gonna, he'll make a comeback and he'll have another go at this. But there's another dimension he's got to take. I'm not really sure how to articulate what that is, but there's another layer of his game that he's got to develop, a certain grit that he just doesn't have right now at this contender level. So great win for Avanesyan. He's like right at the top of his game right now, and I think hopefully a great learning experience for Kelly, and not something that breaks him.